Hey guys, what's going on? Coming on with some new content. I wanted to give a quick shout out to my fam, my friends. I also want to give a quick shout out to the people that's been part of my channel, been supporting me since I was like a kid. So I'm just very stoked of what is to come for the future for my music as well. The album is already done with the album is done with music videos, so we're done with the music videos, and the album's done with promotion of just advertising it over and over again. Stay strong, you know what I mean. I also want to give a quick shout out to my what's called family and my mom, my brother. They're out of state right now, moving into different life right now. They're just trying to go where the opportunity is. They're tired of the snow as well, so I wanted to give a quick shout out to my mom, my brother for being out in Georgia as of now. Stay safe out there. And yeah, and everything else as well. That's coming up right now with me, my dance music. I've been making stuff like that, as well as staying up to date on hip hop. So like, if you guys what's it called checked out my previous dance songs from last year during the beginning of the pandemic, you kind of know where my brain is headed with music. I'm into like dance and hip hop, so like you guys definitely stay tuned for that for future projects. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in the works as of now. But yeah, I just wanted to do like this video because this video would be dope. So this video is gonna be called reactions off of what's called new albums that are coming out, that already came out as well, and are coming out for the rest of the year. And potentially people are saying maybe next year a new album. So that's the thing. We have 6 months into the end of the year. As of now, I'm just like, man, there's just so much music. But first, I want to give a shout out to the people that already released projects this year. Doja Cat. We also got Tyler the Creator album that dropped Friday. That was only yesterday. So they dropped their album yesterday. I'm super stoked for the albums that are supposed to come out. Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Travis Scott. Like there's just so much music coming out. I want to get my computer close by so you can see who I'm talking about. So we'll get the top 41 most anticipated albums. They got the list right here. So we got J. Cole. His album was really good. He had a lot of hits on that. We also got who else? Frank Ocean's supposed to come out with something to be determined. We got Drake. He delayed his album twice so far. He was supposed to release his album right January of this year. Then he realized, okay, this is not probably the right time, and then he said no later than April. Then he switched it again. So now he's saying at the end of the summer, so around August-ish, he's releasing his album. I'm super stoked for that. It's supposed to be a classic, so I can't wait for that to come out. Cardi B, we don't know when she's going to drop it, but it keeps saying TBD, so to be, determined. We'll see. Adele as well. So like there's a lot of music coming out right now. I'm super stoked. I think the best albums I'm stoked for, rest in peace to Pop Smoke and Juice WRLD, but their album's supposed to come out literally next month. So I can't imagine how much money they're going to make off of their album. I mean, one of them passed away 2.5 years ago. Juice WRLD was December before 2020, and then you got Pop Smoke that passed away February like 16th. You know what I mean? So that's the unfortunate part, but the positive part is that their music would always be around, So they got so much music and unreleased. I mean, there's just so many projects they could have released by the time I'm 20. So I can't imagine by the time I'm 25, 26 if they're even done with the albums yet. I mean, they're gonna keep pumping them out. It's all with the record labels and crap like that. But rest in peace to them too. Gerald Higgins, Pop Smoke. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate, But that's the thing. There's just a lot of music I'm super stoked for. We also got DMX. He passed away recently. His album was actually really good. I heard a few of his songs. He had a song with Nas that really standing out. Bath Soul it's called. And Jay-Z. So, it's just, man, there's just a lot of music that's still in the works that I'm super stoked for. DJ Khaled released his album too. That was in like April. I was stoked with that album. He sampled on one of his songs. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It might have been I Did It, because I recognize that sample. But yeah, it was that one. And then he has a song with Jay-Z and Nas. So they brought them back together because they didn't previously in the past, they didn't even like each other. So that's pretty wild. You know what I mean? But to put them two on a song, like I said, in 2021, that's amazing, But yeah, so far with the best album I like out of all of them had to be J. Cole's album. DJ Khaled's album was pretty impressive. We also had like who else dropped stuff? There's just so many people, man. Like I can't even tell you. But yeah, I liked Ariana Grande's album. It wasn't that bad. It was definitely a love album. Ty Dolla $ign dropped his album too this year. He's popular. He made that song Paranoid, if you ever heard that song. He's like, I'm paranoid, I'm tripping, yeah, and then everyone knows it. A lot of people knew that because that song was a hit. Yeah, there's just a lot of music in the works. I mean, they're talking about Drake a lot on media right now. He worked with a song with Rick Ross. They're supposed to drop a joint project, so I'm super stoked for that. But yeah, I'm just man, there's just so much. And then rock wise, let's see, Foo Fighters, one of my favorite out bands. They dropped the album February 5th. I like them. Who else? There's just a lot. I mean, I'm just like, man, there's just a lot to catch up on. I know pop wise, Imagine Dragons, Adele. You know what I mean? She's trying to make a comeback. But yeah, and then Billie Eilish. You know what's crazy about Billie Eilish? She's trying to drop her same album, Rest in Peace to the Legend Prince. They're dropping their album on the same day. So it's going to be funny because you got our generation listening to Billie Eilish, and you got the older generation listening to Prince, plus the younger generation. But it's interesting to see how much money both of them are going to make. So that's got me kind of curious. Like, I wonder how much money they're going to make because they're both dropping albums on the same day. July 30th is their album. But yeah, I mean, you just got so much on the list. Travis Scott, I've been waiting for him. He has a lot of people that he worked with. So that's the crazy part. I think right now the people that are going off in hip hop as of now is definitely the baby. There's this new rapper named Push Icy. He's going off. Who else is really relevant? Lil Baby's everywhere. I mean, you can look him up and put Little on the YouTube. He's like one of the top search artists of all time right now, of all the Littles, because he got Lil Wayne. Obviously, he's still doing his thing. But yeah, Lil Baby's definitely the biggest thing. He's blowing up just like how Drake was. Every song Lil Baby comes out with, if it's with another person or if it's its own. But yeah, I know Migos dropped their album 2 weeks ago already. I can't believe it's been that long. But yeah, 2 weeks. He dropped his album. Migos put a lot of people on it. Polo G dropped his album. Then Maroon 5, we knew Maroon 5 since we were like little kids. I knew Maroon 5 since I was like a baby, like a little kid. So, he dropped his album on the same day as Polo G and Migos. So, everyone's dropping stuff. I feel like this is the best year of albums. Like I was telling people at work, shout out to the people at my job. I work in fast food and I work with trash as well. So, the most I talk about music is definitely my fast food job. Since I work with trash, I don't really like talk about, I don't really have time to really even talk to anybody because I'm working with trash by myself. At these properties, we collect trash and all that. But yeah, we always talk about music, and I was like the most songs that standed out of albums was definitely Justin Bieber. He dropped like 2 albums. The guy's wild, man. He had like a little gospel type album, then he dropped the pop album. So it's like he just has like so much. There's just so much music coming out because they think the world eventually is just gonna start up, and they're already starting up a lot of concerts kind of towards the end of the year. So I'm just very stoked for what next year's gonna bring. But yeah, me wise, it's funny how I'm talking about other artists, but me, I'm just trying to come up with some new stuff. When that time comes, like I want to come out with like all sorts of albums for you guys, funky projects. You know what I mean? Just like all sorts of stuff. Motivational type album. Something that's gonna inspire you guys for sure. Definitely got like a personal album. I didn't release that, but that's like a little EP. That's a little secret, but that's gonna be released once the time is right. That's a little project I was working on a few months back. Yeah. And it's a serious album, like that LP that no one knows about yet. That's a serious album because it's about my life as well, and it's about my journey and where I'm kind of headed. Like I'm just kind of like, let me just take these songs serious because I know people seen goofy stuff with me and they said all that, but I was like, this album's gonna have to be released at the right time. you know. But yeah, for that's definitely cool. And my goal is to get more features in too as well, because I know a lot of people, for them to stay relevant, they work with other artists. And the guy that does my music, my goal is to work with him too. Because he sings himself. Shout out to my friend Pat Anthony. I want to work with him, as well as my friend Jay Keys. You know what I mean? He's in Florida as of now, but we worked on like 2 songs together. That's already released. Sleeping on Colorado Rap and Spitting the Truth. And every time we work on a song, it's like a banger. So I'm like, that's the goal as of now. I think it's just to work with the right people, and as well as working on my own stuff, my own craft, my own music, because I know a lot of people, they tune into my music. I think as of now, it's just the main goal for me. I was telling my parent, my dad, and stuff like that. I was like, this is just, I have to like try to, what's called, get a fan base first. And then by that time, build up the fan base, then eventually, do shows and stuff like that. Just kind of building up a fan base right now and getting my name and trying other things like I'm doing right now, reaction video, and then talking about me too, because I do music. So, that's the thing. It's just trying to build up a fan base first, get my name a little out there, do other stuff, and then work on doing other stuff. But as of now, I kind of want to just jump to shows when that time comes. I'm looking at like different sites all the time and see what they have for us as underground artists. Because I'm like, if you could open the world to celebrities, you might as well open to the world for us too. Because underground artists, we're trying to make our money. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that unsigned artists are the ones that need some of that revenue. They need some of that money too. We're trying to do our thing in Colorado, no doubt. I'm out here in Colorado. There's a lot of artists that are good. I mean, I've been to like a few rap shows. I know there's a lot of talent out here. It's just the area in general. It has to be a hip hop area, and that's the problem. It's not hip hop heads everywhere. It's a lot of rock, country, kind of like Pittsburgh. Shout out to Pittsburgh. I used to live there too, but yeah, it kind of reminds me of the same vibe. And they're known for operas and certain acting in here. But like I told like I was telling people, I'm like, Florida's where it's at. Like the state I want to go to is Florida. I know it's hot or whatever, but I've been in California. I know it's hotter in Florida. But that's the thing. Me, I'm just into like where the scene's gonna be. Going to the events, going to the concerts, going to who's gonna get noticed. And for me, my best Florida out of all the states right now. Florida is where it's at. So hopefully I could start off. I mean, I've been working on my craft for a while, working on new stuff that no one knows about, just working on all sorts of stuff. So hopefully that can stand out. But as of now, I'm just like, yeah, let me just, stay relevant, posting stuff, doing reaction videos, working on my music, working on my craft, and just coming out with new stuff. But yeah, like that's my main goal as of now. But, it's just staying hungry for what I want to do and coming out with the best music possible and seeing what people like reaction videos, funny stuff, the humor, all that stuff, because that's what's got to make me stand out, I feel like. So as of now, I mean, so far, like the list goes on and on, but who knows, honestly, who's going to be the biggest album. I mean, Olivia Rodrigo is blowing up like crazy after the TikTok, the driver's license. She released an album too called Sour, and the album's doing well, and she's like young, she's younger than me. I'm 20, so she's like, not even like, I think she's like barely 18. So that's the thing, they're blowing up at young ages, and there's a lot of good stuff coming out, man. I'm excited for everyone's albums, Yeah, only 18. That's the crazy part. I'm 20, so like, I'd be looking at these young bucks like, man, I need to be in that scene. I'm sure you guys are like, he looks older because he got all this, and I'm growing out, and there's just so much stuff coming out. It's not even funny. I listen to Tyler the Creator. Shout out to him. His album is definitely a classic. He took like melodies together and he made that album sound special. Obviously, I don't want to get copyright. I can't play it, but his album is definitely different. In a good way. I'm excited for what he has. I'm excited for what he has in store. For his next projects. Because every time he has a project, he's bringing in an energy. And everyone's releasing around these months because they know the world is trying to open up again. So this is like the best time, supposedly, to kind of open up, with music. Yeah, and then 21 Pilots did well too. I mean, I'm looking at their scores, 59. I don't think that's great. The yellow's not great. Green's good. But they got 59 credits, critic score. So I'm like, But 21 Pilots, man, I'm a day one fan. I've been around them ever since middle school. I remember Stressed Out. My friend showed me that one. And then before that, they had some other stuff too. Excuse me. What else? Taylor Swift, Fearless. Yeah, Taylor's Subversion. So she dropped something. Yeah, I've been listening to her forever. I remember Selena Gomez. Yeah, she dropped something on March 12th. That was a Spanish album. That was actually pretty impressive. Yeah, Drake's Scary Hours. I was impressed with that. It was like 3 tracks. I was impressed. Yeah, with the rap flow and all that. Yeah, Jasmine Sullivan, she's been around in the game. Shout out to the female, R&B artists. You gotta give them their love out of here, man. Jasmine Sullivan, I knew about her since I was a kid. She always had like bangers, R&B type bangers. Like, her songs are serious. Those are about relationship. Kind of reminds me of shout out to Keisha Cole, that genre. Like that era. R&B was definitely popping around that time. Keisha Cole, who else? Missy Elliott, all those artists in that era, they were killing it. And that's the thing. I kind of wish we could like bring certain genres back and like get that real music on the radio. Because right now, in my opinion, I think hip hop's kind of at that point where you could blow it from almost anything and make a song by anything and it's a hit. But that's the thing. When it comes to like singing and stuff, I feel like they should bring that like support system back. Because I feel like the labels right now are just like, just make a song and just it could be about almost anything and just keep it like at a certain level with the mumbling and like with the 808s and all that. So that's the thing. Like old hip hop is hard to bring back because it's not the same generation. You know what I mean? Older heads will say Tupac, Biggie. Even new heads, they like that stuff too, but no doubt, no cap, no diss to the old heads, you know what I mean? But they'll say like, oh yeah, that was real music in my time. And then we're looking at our generation like, you don't even have to try anymore. You could blow from instantly TikTok, or you can make any video practically and it's going to blow up, you know? And that's the thing I'm noticing about this generation compared to even before I was born. I mean, it took music serious back in, obviously, the MJ days, Prince days. You had to like really work hard, and they didn't have all this technology, magic stuff, you know, to just make a hit. And they had beats available like all right away. You had to make that stuff from scratch. So that's the thing. I'm just, you know, like I said to people, I'm trying to bring the best music possible. I really don't care at this point if I get signed with anybody. I'm just kind of like, let me just like network and get to know some people. Hopefully do some shows, you know, like I said. But that's all that matters at this point, you know. And just staying relevant, like I said, doing reaction videos. Like look at that, Demi Lovato. I remember listening to that album. That was different. She's talking about her life and stuff in that album. Dancing with the Devil, yeah, she's talking about how her ups and downs with that. But yeah, she has some interesting songs on there. Who else did I listen to? Obviously, we know Bruno Mars made a comeback with the Silsonic. Yeah, that was definitely a genius to come back with that like Motown record type of vibe. Leave the Door Open was sampled, obviously. So yeah, they killed it on that. I'm just waiting for his album. I think out of everyone's album this year, I'm definitely stoked for Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Bruno Mars. I mean, that's gonna be crazy. Then next month, Pop Smoke, and I'm excited for Juice WRLD. You know, his songs is definitely interesting. You know, when it comes to what he likes to do. I mean, obviously we know he talks about perks and all that stuff, but I'm kind of curious what he got on this album because they're gonna switch it up a little bit. So we'll see what he got on that. And then Benny the Butcher, he's one of the hip hop's MVPs right now. He's coming out with stuff. He signed to Jay-Z's label. If you want to know about him, look it up. Benny the Butcher, he has like some crazy verses, but he signed in with Jay-Z's label, Rock Nation. So that should be interesting. He released the album in March. I remember that one. I listened to that. Then Migos, June 11th, yep. I heard that one. Planet Her, I heard that one, June 25th. It's definitely more of an adult album. I heard it yesterday. A scale of 1 to 10, I'm not gonna diss or anything. I think it's like a 6 or a 7 because there's certain songs where you're kind of like, I kind of get it, but I know what she's aiming for. She's trying to bring that like that little dramatic like rap, and she could go like no doubt. I like my favorite. I like the few songs on the album. There's the one with Ariana Grande. That one is called I Don't Do Drugs. I heard that one. Then I heard the one with I'm gonna skip the Naked record. She has a song called Naked. I was like, yeah. But there's this one with There's this one with, let me see, JID, that song slapped. And then she has a few other ones I like. But, I mean, overall, the album was pretty good. I'm sure they're going to do, like, I'm sure they're going to do, like, TikToks and all that, because that's what they do with all these new songs. But, you know, that's what's going to keep that album relevant with Doja Cat, because the last album was genius. I mean, Say So was a popular song all over the world, you know. Obviously, Juicy, you know, everyone knew that song. Juicy, Juicy, either, yeah. So it's just coming out with catchy songs that people are going to like. And, you know, female pop stars are going off, you know. Like, I even told people, my predictions for the Super Bowl for next year, Lady Dua Lipa, she's overseas, but she's killing it. She's from the UK. She's definitely going to perform at the Super Bowl. If she doesn't, I would be super surprised. But I could see them having Doja Cat and, like, 2 other people. You know, Doja Cat, maybe Post Malone, or just someone that's, like, out of the ordinary. Or it might be, like, Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish, and like someone else. I feel like it should be like a 3 performance, so they can get all 3, or they could do all 3 genres at the Super Bowl. Like a big country artist, which I know quite a few country artists, Blake Shelton, Luke Bryan. I mean, they can get anybody at the Super Bowl. So my predictions right now, the Super Bowl performance is definitely gonna be either Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish, Post Malone, or just someone else that's big. You know, they could easily bring back Bruno Mars if they wanted to, But yeah, I think Dua Lipa has to perform at the Super Bowl because she is well known. Everyone knows her music. I mean, her music's trending like every time she releases it. You know, physical workout song. She got the Levitating. Everyone knows that song. I'm levitating, my Milky Way. Yeah, everyone knows that song. It's on the commercials. You know, it kind of reminds me of that halftime type of show. La 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 la. I'm levitating, the Milky Way. Yeah, it has a little like halftime type of vibe. But yeah, in my opinion, I feel like they should bring Flo Rida or something. Like, there's someone that's going to hype up the crowd. They should have the hype man, the pop star, and then the country artist. That's what they should do. I mean, I'm sure people are going to say, how about they add a rapper? But we already tried it with Travis Scott. They only perform 1 song. They even get, like, any other songs. There's just that one song, Sicko Mode, and then they had the little SpongeBob. I'm like, that was nothing. But I feel like if they keep the Super Bowl to get people to want to listen or watch it, they need to get either one of each genre or just do like two pop stars, one rapper, or whatever, or a country artist, and then people will definitely tune in on the Super Bowl. But obviously, we knew the Super Bowl did better before COVID. Thanks for COVID, not in a good way, but it ruined a lot of the sales. So, they weren't able to really like have like everybody there, like how it was before COVID when the selfie kid, and all that stuff. That was funny. Tyler, the Creator, Lumberjack. And then Zara Larson, yeah, I knew about her for a while. She has a lot of good summer vibes. She's really good. That's my goal though. I definitely want to work with some of these artists I mentioned to you guys. Definitely want to work with them. I mean, the future is bright for anything. So my goal is to just keep pressing in. Hopefully I could be like the biggest Colorado rapper or something, if something happens. That'd be dope. But yeah, dude, you just got so much music coming out. I'm so stoked. I knew Madison Beer, if you guys know about her, she blowing up from Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber discovered her on YouTube. So that's how she blew up, Madison Beer, and ever since then she's been releasing constant music. My favorite song by her is a dance song. It's called All Day All Night. It's an EDM song. She's staying relevant as heck right now. And she can sing, man. I feel like they need to give her credit where it's due. There's certain there's a lot of female artists that I feel like they should give them their credit while they're here. They always want to talk about guys and stuff. I mean, guys get enough credit, and we already know. And that's no diss or no crap talk, but like we get a lot of credit, bro. I feel like a lot of female artists deserve their credit. Like I said, I'll give Missy Elliott her flowers, SZA, all of them. Doja Cat, she's good. All of them. Because like that's the thing. Like they always want to talk about guys. Then once a female artist passes away, then they want to talk about, oh, I wish I would have done this. No, dude, there's no regrets. I mean, you got all that money, might as well work with who you want to work with. And that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to music. I want to do a song with everybody. I want to work with Ozuna. He's a Spanish artist. I want to work with just everybody. That's the goal. I want to be that guy that's a beast. It's like coming out with a new song every single day with like a certain new artist. Doesn't have to be on YouTube yet, but just building up genres of songs. And I even told the guy in the studio, so I said to my boy Pat Anthony, I want to do some vocals on dance records. Like kind of like when I met you in the summer, like something like that. Switching up. But that's the goal. That's kind of my goal and my lifestyle with what I like to do. That is the goal. But yeah, AJR is popular. If you guys ever heard that song, Let's Go I Would Have Bang. It's on the radio every day. He has like so many hits. I mean, the guy is super genius. His album covers are genius. He has a lot of hits. He also has, let's see. I'm like, if I don't know the songs, I'm screwed. Burn the House Down, yeah. We gonna burn the whole house down. He's definitely keeping that like rock/pop alive. I've been listening to him for like 2 years or 3 years because he had that song called I'm Weak and What's Wrong with That. And let's see when that song came out because I like that song too. He has a lot of those like hype rock band type of songs, and he's keeping music alive. Him and Imagine Dragons are like one of my favorite groups of all time. Yeah, that song came out in 2017, Weak, yep. And what's wrong with that? What, you gonna fall for that? I'm weak. Yeah. There's just so much music right now, man. I'm like, dang. That's why I'm kind of glad I'm doing the reaction videos off of albums coming out because there's just so much coming out. I mean, I don't even know if Eminem's going to drop another project. That guy's going off too. Salute to Eminem, the great Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, I know he has an album coming out too. We don't know when and all that, but there's just a lot of albums coming out. Lil Wayne, supposedly. Nicki Minaj, supposedly. Drake, we already know. We already talked about that. Who knows? I mean, Busta Rhymes released his project. His project was one of the best. He released something. But see, that's the thing. The promotion has to be where it's at. Because when I talk about certain artists, they're like, oh, I never knew they released it. I mean, some guy didn't even know Fast and Furious came out. Like, it's like, what the heck? Because of promotion, it's not where it's at right now. A lot of people are still afraid. Like I told people at my job to go to the movies. So, you know what I mean? So, that's the downside. I know Lil Baby, Lil Durk's the biggest artist right now in the game. Them two are going off. I mean, they always have like new songs every single week, I swear. But yeah, Lil Durk's definitely biggest. High Hope, Lil Baby, big. I feel like certain artists as of now, as long as they're working with the right artist, they're going to stay relevant. That's part of why, like I said, I want to switch up my genres. I want to jump with dance. I want to jump with Spanish because I know it's going to keep me relevant as an artist. If I'm big already, it's going to be that. Spanish is where it's at right now. I mean, the whole pandemic, they were eating because people were going through a lot of tough times. So they're like, let me listen to some, El Espanol, like Spanish music, and stuff like that. But that's kind of what's going to keep these artists relevant is jumping with Spanish or jumping maybe with a country song like what Khaled did. you know. So it's like it's just jumping around and trying out different things, and that's what's gonna keep these artists relevant. If they keep coming out with the same genre all the time and they're not a big artist, they're not really gonna succeed. I feel like for me, I kind of know how the game is gonna be. It's gonna be jumping with the biggest artist in the game, and then making a song with a Spanish artist or a country artist, like just trying out new things because people don't know. But I have like I could sing. I could try some singing songs out. Obviously right now, I'm not trying to show off and like brag about it, but I definitely can make some more singing songs just to stay like relevant, and then coming out with something else. Obviously, they can't really bring the old R&B because the new generation likes hip hop or like singing rap. That's like the popular thing on the radio right now. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. I mean, I heard Trippie Redd's album. That wasn't bad. That was like a Pegasus. Yeah, I heard that. Oh yeah, Legend Evanescence. Everyone knows that song, "Bring Me Back to Life." But she released the album too. I like her music. I've been following her music forever. Alternative rock, gothic metal. Yep. She's been staying relevant for a while. Synthesis, I remember that album. That was in 2017. That was the last album she released, and then this year she released the album. That's crazy. Yeah, so she took a break again. Yeah, she took a three year break, pretty much. The Black Keys, yeah, I knew about them because a shout out to 2K. That's how I knew about the Black Keys. Machine Gun Kelly, yep, his album was really good. I liked it. It was definitely he's see, that's what I'm saying. Rappers are turning into something else. Or like for example, MGK is gonna stay relevant because he's trying to bring back that like Green Day / like rock stuff from the early 2000s, and everyone knows the songs now. I mean, Bloody Valentine, that's gonna build up a big fan base. So Machine Gun Kelly knows what he's doing. That's what I'm saying. Like certain artists, to stay relevant, they have to try out new stuff. They can't just keep doing hip hop. Like that's boring. Even for me, like I like hip hop and stuff, but it gets boring when you keep doing the same thing. I feel like if you switch it up or you make a dance song, it's gonna definitely open up people's eyes, and you can get a brighter and broader audience, and you get more people tuning into your music. And it's also finding what's strong for you. If you're strong at hip hop, then you do it. But like for me, I'm like, if you like Spanish music and you want to try something, jump with Spanish music. Don't just be the one trick pony. And that's how I feel even with like videos and music videos. I'm like, now I'm just jumping into different videos. So I'm kind of at that point. And then Dua Lipa, yeah, February 11th, her album was really good. That's her biggest album for sure. And I'm kind of curious what she got for the next album. That's what makes me all nervous when I see how good their first album does. I'm like, I wonder who they're gonna work with for the next album. And then shout out to NF, you know what I mean? My GM, she likes both of them, NF and Justin Bieber, so we talk about NF a lot. NF got some stuff going. The only thing we're disappointed is that NF didn't book a show in Colorado, but his album was really good. And what shocked me is that album was only a mixtape. It felt like an album because he had like shout out to Tech Nine and he had Hobson. So those are the two heavyweights too in hip hop, but people don't give them their credit as much because they're not on mainstream radio. But they can flow, man. I give credit to all of them. Tech Nine, all of them. Hobson, one of my favorite artists of all time. Then Logic supposedly working on a new album. Give credit to him too, because he said taking a break, but we knew that taking a break means retiring. We knew retiring means that he was gonna take a break. They always say that all the time. I'm like, you're only 30, bro. You don't have to retire. But yeah, and also 24K Gold. Yeah, he's big for that song. Why are you always in the mood? That song's playing all over the world. But yeah, his album wasn't bad. El Dorado. Yeah, I listened to that one. He had like a mix of everything on that. Who else? Nick Jonas. Yep, Nick Jonas. His album was really good. I was impressed. A lot of that stuff came out in March. A lot of these albums in the beginning of this year. Yeah. Who else am I missing? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's just a single. Her released her album. She could really sing. You guys will be impressed because she could play the guitar too. So that's like really rare in hip hop. Like a female artist or a guy artist that could play like a good guitar. So it just makes it. It just shows you that she's definitely like, multi when it comes to music, multicultural, because she could do a lot of stuff. She could sing. I mean, she got so many songs. She's definitely one of those artists. If I had a lot of money right now, I always tell people I would be working with these people. So it's just finding the right, time and obviously labels and whatever. But it's just if I had a lot of money, like that's facts, I would have worked with all these artists by now. It's just saving and not giving up on my dream, at this point. Because I'm 20, but that's the thing. I think all life, like, bro, it's going by quick. We got 6 months to the end of the year. Let's come out with a bang, And Lil TJ, he released his album. He's the same age as me because I'm 20. I think he turned 21. But yeah, around the same age, man. I like seeing artists at my age doing their thing, man. That stuff motivates me. Yeah, he's 20. His birthday is next year. April 30th, yep, 2001. So yeah, I'm 1 year older than him. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah, but he's blowing up like crazy. I'll be 21 this year. He'll be 20 next year. Yeah, that makes sense. He'll be 21 next year, next April. Yeah. But yeah, man, this is definitely the year. Who else am I missing? Let's see before we cut this off. Let's see. Cause I mentioned Prince. I mentioned Kendrick Lamar. YG and Mozzie, I don't know if you guys know them, but YG had a lot of songs when I was young. When I was really young, he had like songs 2009. But he made a track list with Mozzie. It was pretty good. It's really like it's like that like little chill hip hop type of style they were aiming for. You know that like genre where it's like a little boom, don't like East Coast type beats, stuff like that. But yeah, he worked with some artists and stuff, and I was really impressed. Like a whole joint, pretty much whole joint album. And let's see. Oh yeah, what I'm missing is the Fast and Furious. I heard that soundtrack recently. I was like, it's different. I think my favorite one was the last soundtrack. That was my favorite Fast and Furious soundtrack. This new one, they were trying to aim for like sampling off of other songs and putting them into the movie to see what was fit. I mean, rest in peace, Pop Smoke was on there, and then King Von, rest in peace too. He was on that too. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Both artists that passed away were on the soundtrack. I mean, that's unbelievable. Like, who would have known? So that's the thing that really hit me and gave me the goosebumps. Like, what the heck? They put King Von on the soundtrack, and they also put Pop Smoke on the soundtrack. You know, but it's just unfortunate, when you lose artists. But at the same time, our motivation in life is to keep going, no matter what happens to anybody around us. Just keep going, and that's been my motivation through my journey in music. Like, I heard stories about this stuff, and I didn't even know these artists, but it definitely hurt a little. You know what I mean? Like, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, but when he passed away, that definitely hit me. Like, dang, bro, he's trying to do great things. And he passed away 2018, and it was wild after that. I noticed more people were passing away even then. So it's unfortunate, when people pass away. But it's just a sign to like get your stuff together, before if something happens to us. We just gotta get our stuff together, get as much out there as we can, projects, videos with people, pictures with people, all that, because it kind of life's at that point where it's actually speeding up faster, especially after a decade ago. I remember a decade ago, I released my first mixtape, and that's like, what the heck? That was 2017. After 2017, just been consistent on that music trip. And, it's just amazing how fast time went. But yeah, I enjoy every moment of it. Who else? A$AP Rocky, yeah, these are single songs. I'm trying to see if anyone else dropped albums. Yeah, that's a single. Single. I think Coldplay said he's gonna drop an album. I know Ed Sheeran this year, or maybe next year, I don't know. He's dropping an album too. He made a comeback, made a song called Bad Habits. That was literally just yesterday, so I'm excited for that. Because he said he's taking a break too, so he was on a little break trip. But yeah, man, there's just so much music coming out. I'm like, man, I don't even know who's going to have the best album. I mean, there was rumors going around with Dr. Dre too. He's supposed to have like 20 or 18. I don't know, man. He's going crazy. But he's supposed to have a lot of songs on his album, so I'm kind of curious what he got in store. There's rumors of a lot of people working with Dr. Dre on this next project. I'm sure it's going to probably break records because his goal is to work with all the OGs, all the old school people. I'm sure him and Snoop Dogg got a few records together in the back. Then Eminem, Dr. Dre have a song supposedly, and then one other artist. But see, that's the thing, they're not releasing it yet because I think they're trying to wait until fully outside and all over the world's open so they could do it. That's what they're waiting for. That's why a lot of people are hesitant to drop any albums because they're like, nah, man, we got some songs that they can't hear until we drop it, And then this guy named Freddo, he's an overseas rapper. He had a song with, I remember that January 29th. He had a song with Pop Smoke, which got released. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke again. But yeah, you're gonna see his name floating around for a while. And then Rod Wave, Rod Wave. He's like the next biggest thing right now. He could sing his heart out. There's another guy named Moray. He could sing too. He's like our new generation hope. What's it called? There's just so many people, man. I know Addison Rae from TikTok really made a song too. I was like, oh, okay. But like I said, if I was big on TikTok, they would be seeing me everywhere right now too, because that's all it is. You just gotta blow up off of social media, and then they'll see your name roaming around everywhere. So that's the thing. I feel like if I could blow up from something, or just like have people that I know, I could get noticed easily. It's just knowing people by the end of the day. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff coming out. I'm super stoked. I mean, there's so many people that are releasing stuff. I'm like, oh man, I don't even know who's gonna have the best album. Like I said, because there's so much music. CJ dropped his album, February 19th. I listened to that. The Weeknd dropped the highlights before the Super Bowl, Megan Thee Stallion dropped a new song, Thought-ish. Yeah. Weezer, I heard about the Weezer. Yeah, they've been around for a while. Yeah. But I think I'm not really missing much. I mean, I covered the whole list pretty much. I mean, we talked about rock, rap, kind of know what to expect for the next year and for this year. I was gonna also say there's a lot of tours going on. The Weeknd just got his tour, so I'm excited. He's supposed to be coming to downtown. Shout out to Denver out here. You know, he's supposed to be coming here. But yeah, the world tour is opening up. I know before the end of the year, like August ish, September, they're gonna start up the whole tour. So I'm like, man, hope for safe travels for all the artists and hope for just best things to come, you know, even for underground artists like us. I shout out to all the Colorado artists that are trying to do their thing as of now and hope and pray that they could get noticed as well. Because even if it's not even me, I mean, if someone from Colorado gets noticed, that would be easy marketing for us, you know. So hopefully we could get someone from Colorado or someone that could definitely put Colorado on the map. I mean, the last people that put Colorado on the map was the Lumineers. They're not doing. I mean, they're not really having that same energy after they blew it from here. And then we already know One Republic. I mean, they're from Boulder, so shout out to Boulder, Colorado. They're from here. And then 303 was back when I was like 8 years old. They blew up from here. They're like the biggest pop slash. I wouldn't even say full rap, but like corny. It's like the nerdy type geeky stuff, but that stuff was the trend. So they set our state on the map. But as of now, we're just waiting for the next Colorado artist. Hopefully, someone could definitely put Colorado on the map. Shout out to all the states that are doing their thing a lot. Right now in hip hop, it's Atlanta that's doing their thing. New York, of course, New York. They're never going to stop. LA, and then Chicago as well. And then we got, who else is popular right now? Texas artists, like everybody. Shout out to all those main states that are putting Colorado on the map as well as Florida. But yeah, I just hope that something could definitely unfold, you know. Just the grind don't stop motivation mentality I have and just to keep working on music and doing my thing. That was a big list I went through of music and letting you guys know about the artists. Hopefully for the people that are trying to do their thing as in my situation, hopefully I can get the right people, but I hope for people in my situation are underground as well that I can get their name out there. I can put people on the map, you know. I'm really shout out to all the artists as of now that are doing their thing. I know Double XL just got released. We got a lot of artists on that list. Mrvpk6, 24K Gold I think is on there. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna look up Double XL and we're gonna wrap it up. Double XL 2021. Let's see what they got going on. Of hip hop, freshman hip hop. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Ian Dewar. You guys won't know any of these guys. Old school wouldn't know. DDG. He fought recently at the Florida Hard Rock Stadium. Let's see. Murray. Yep. Tootsie. This is like the new list, pretty much. So yeah, you'll probably hear their names around if they work with the right people. But yeah, pretty much like those are the people that are on there. I'm sure I skipped names, but I'm just kind of lazy right now. Flo Milli, Push Icy, 42 Doug, Ian Dewar, Ruby Rose, Bliss is pretty good. He's like an R&B style singer. Tootsie, Lakea. Yeah, so that's our freshman list. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see if they have some major songs that they don't want to release right now. But yeah, I just hope for everyone that's in the underground scene right now, hopefully they can get noticed. I hope my friend, I even told him, I was like, hopefully he can get noticed too, my friend Pat Anthony, because he can sing his heart out. He knows how to like flip the genre to like singing and rapping at the same time. But he doesn't really rap. He just has like that like singing flow that if you get a rap beat, you can get him to sing, you know. So I just hope everyone that's trying to do their own thing, that hopefully we can all get put on the map some way, somehow. I haven't been stopping. If you could clearly see, I've been working on music videos. And then my next music video will probably be the single that I released, God Is Always Good. He brought people out the hood, that joint. Hopefully once that song music video takes off, the song's like 3:55, so I'm just going to try to get some clips on there and probably get me on there and stuff. So yeah, that video is going to be special for sure. I'm just constantly working, guys. So even if you don't see me on YouTube, you know I'm working. You know I'm grinding. You know I'm putting out the best music possible. And I'm trying to release it, you know, when that time comes. Definitely stay tuned, guys, for a whole bunch of music. Definitely stay tuned for videos like this, like reaction. Stay tuned for a lot. I'm at this point in my music right now where I'm just like, let me just try different things, you know. That's kind of where I'm at. So you'll see like multicultural, should I say, genres, like Spanish, EDM, you know, of course EDM, because you guys knew about the first album last year, or 2 years ago, Party Till We Die. It's been 2 years already. this August will be a 2-year anniversary. So yep, a lot of anniversaries coming out with my music. First mixtape already or that's gonna be next winter, and then my second mixtape, or third or something like that. That's this year will be an anniversary. It's like 3 years ago. That's crazy, yeah. Since I released Striving for Greatness, 3 years, yeah, that's wild. Cause I released it on Friday the 13th. Yeah, guys, I'm super stoked for what's to come right now. Just know I'm always working, always trying to come up with some sort of content to keep you guys like in tune. And yeah, hoping everybody's safe out there. Hope my fan base is doing good. I hope for everyone to just stay healthy, because COVID's still here. Wear that mask, do what you have to do. But yeah, as of now, I can't wait once they open up a lot of stuff and they can get us to do some shows and concerts. I'm really stoked for that. For underground artists as well, hopefully I can perform the song that people are really gonna want. And yeah, you guys stay tuned and like, subscribe, share, comment as well. Check out the links in the description. It's gonna have all of my stuff on below in the description. It's gonna have everything. It's gonna have my link to my Apple Music. Gonna have the link to my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook, all that stuff, Spotify. So make sure to stay tuned to that, guys. And yeah, just keep that sharing, keep that liking. Let your fans and friends know that, Mrvpk6, he got music, he got stuff going. Shout out to all my friends and family for supporting my music since day one. On Snapchat as well and all that stuff. Yeah, just shout out to all you guys. Hope you guys are staying safe out there. And yeah, have a great rest of your summer. Take care. We'll talk soon.